are you?
I'm tired.
Oh, yeah, same.
I mean, like,
Same. I refuse to like start the podcast off like, oh, it's been a rough week, even though it's been a rough week.
yeah.
Like, I feel like 3 weeks in a row of saying that we need to stop.
Well, like, more like 3 podcasts. Like,
Actually, you're right, because it's every second week, so
Yeah.
it's like a month and a half
it's been
of rough times.
It's been trying times.
Emotionally trying,
Oh,
physically trying.
guys, I truly do need a break, or else I'm gonna go cookie bananas.
Yeah, samesies. Thank goodness tomorrow's a public holiday.
Hallelujah.
Like, I feel like we all need it.
Oh yeah.
And deserve it, because you're going crazy, I'm going crazy, the whole country's going crazy, the whole world's going crazy.
Yeah, I feel like there's not even like a safe space anywhere on this planet.
Yeah.
Just think that it's just there's a lot going on and everything like that. So yeah, and then like my anxiety's through the roof, and yeah, no,
Same. I identify with the mood that you're giving off now.
so much.
Like, I resonate with those vibes.
It's really a lot.
Mm.
And quite honestly, like, I kind of just wish, like, things would chill, you know, and that things would be easy peasy, but they're really not.
No.
And you know what we said about this podcast right in the beginning is that we're 2 working people who are going to try and do a podcast, and we're going to keep it real.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to keep it... So this is real, guys. This is
real.
We're not going to come with any toxic positivity and be like, oh my gosh, we've had like such a great week.
Yeah,
like,
no.
we've been like glass half full, gratitude.
Yeah.
No, sometimes you can be really pissed off with life because it is...
Unfair.
So unfair.
Tough.
And incredibly traumatic.
Yeah.
In everything that you're trying to do and achieve with your life.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's fine to be angry.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that they can be angry.
Yeah.
And so just...
Yeah, no, you're right. And try and bottle it up, and it just like builds and builds and builds until yeah.
You blow up like a Mentos and a Coke.
Yeah.
And then you feel all tired and you're just like, oh. And then you take a nap and you're just like, this is so much.
This is too much.
This is too much.
I can't deal.
So much. So I want to start off by saying that I got stitches.
Yeah, let's talk about the physically trying parts of the last like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your poor leg.
Yeah, guys. So I had a beauty spot, and you know, like, it's not the C word. And actually, I haven't even gotten my blood test, or I haven't even got the test results back, so I don't think it's anything scary.
Girl, you need to we'll sort that out for you after this.
Oh,
I
snap.
have hacks.
Oh, Danielle's got life hacks.
I love life hacks.
Oh,
you know.
stunning. Okay, I look forward to that. But, so I had a beauty spot. It's been on my leg since I was a kid.
Okay.
Like, this thing has been there. The only thing is that, recently I saw that part of it, went really, really black.
Okay.
And, you know, like, with skin melanomas, they always tell you, like, if it goes black, if it goes, like, a funny lumpy, if it grows.
Yeah, any sort of, like, sudden change.
Yes.
You need to just be aware of.
Exactly. And so, I think the lumpiness was maybe more from the KP on my leg.
Yeah.
So I don't think itself was lumpy, but, I don't know. I went to the doctor. He's very old school. He was very much like, no, like, let's just sort it out. Let's just deal with it so that it doesn't progress or become like anything worse or anything like that. Also, if it gets bigger, then you need like a bigger scar kind of thing. So we removed it literally the next day, and he took out like a little chunky chunk out of my leg.
Alicia's being modest. It looks like a massive chunky chunk.
Yeah,
like, it looks very painful.
It does.
You're being a very brave like girl right now. And we all applaud you for that.
So brave girl. The thing is, like, it was worse yesterday. It was quite sensitive. Today it's not so bad. It's bruised on the side. But it's gone purple to yellow, which is great, but it's still quite sensitive. The actual cut itself isn't too bad, but the stitches do feel funny. Today I was able to wear tight jeans for the first time since I had it removed.
Love
but I
it.
do put a plaster on so it doesn't
my skin crawls just thinking about that.
100%. So I was just like, yeah. But yeah, so I technically, my doctor said I got like 4 stitches, but it looks like I only have 3. And then he was like really like like stressing like, oh, you know, the scar will stretch because it's on your leg. It's not my fault. And I'm like,
Oh,
no, it's fine.
it's
Like,
fine. Like,
it's on my leg.
yeah.
No one's gonna see it. The only time I wear shorts is like when I'm at home recording a podcast.
Hey.
Yay.
But like, well done to you for actually being proactive with your health and
Thank
putting
you.
that first, because I feel like these days a lot of us like tend to just shelf
Yeah,
our health
100%.
and just be like, oh, I'll deal with that another day, you know, whatever.
Yet some people thought that I was being overly dramatic. I had someone tell me, they were like, oh my gosh, like he said, what? First of all, he was like, oh, you're just like your dad, like always thinking like worst case, like always just like getting things done, or like, but he wasn't saying it in a complimentary way. I think
It
he
was
was
in a,
trying to be
like-
complimentary, but like the way it was coming across was kind of just like,
Judgy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, it's not your health. You do you. I
Yeah.
do me. I pay for my own medical aid, so
Yeah.
I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah, and like, you know, fair enough when it comes to other things, I suppose, but it's your health.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like being too safe with your health, you know, you could
Yeah.
do worse things.
Exactly. And it's not to say that I'm a hypochondriac. I
Yeah.
really am not.
No,
This is literally just like, this is something that was bothering me. I'd rather just get it cut out.
Yeah.
I don't need it. I have so many other beauty spots on my body. So I'm good. It's good.
It's good, yeah.
It can go.
You're not going to miss it.
Yeah, I'm not sentimental about it.
Yeah,
so
no
it's
tears
chill.
were shed.
No, none at all.
None.
So, yeah, so that was
Mm.
that.
Okay. Health.
Mm.
I suppose, I mean, I also had a bit of a...
Yes, you did.
a thing.
Physically.
Yeah, my thing, I don't know. I'm not really embarrassed by it, but it's a bit of
Oh.
a... It's an interesting topic.
Yes.
But basically, I went for a procedure like a couple of years ago,
yeah,
about 3 years ago in COVID in the hospital, which was, you know,
kind of
super stressful. Loved it. And since I had the procedure, everything was like fine and hunky-dory, no kind of issues again after that. And then it started on last week, Monday, actually.
Yes,
It's been
a week ago.
And like the issue that was kind of eradicated with that procedure just, you know, came back into my life, and I was like, oh, PTSD,
No, like please don't.
Yeah, so I also had to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I'm on antibiotics.
Good on you though.
I'll finish it tomorrow,
Woohoo.
and I'm feeling good.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Everything is fine so far.
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
Because I remember you were saying like when you finally booked to go to the doctor, you were saying you're just feeling better, so you weren't sure if you're actually gonna go.
Yeah.
But you actually went.
I went, and thank goodness I did, because
Yeah.
you gave me painkillers and I needed them the next day. So
And there's no shame or no harm in asking for painkillers and taking painkillers. Like sometimes if you
yeah.
need it, you just take it.
you just need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no. 100%.
But I'm glad that you're feeling healthy and better.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, like you say, a lot of people just shove their health into the
Yeah.
back seat, and then that just no, that's not good.
It's just a, like, you know, rolling stone from there.
100%.
It just gets worse and worse and worse.
rolling down the river.
But go us for being
Yes.
proactive.
Very proud of us.
Proud of us being, you know, big girls.
Oh,
So
I have to take my stitches out on Friday.
let's make an appointment.
Oh no, I actually did.
Oh, nice.
Check with me, I made an
Nice.
appointment. I was like, yeah.
Another, like, +1.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I confronted the scary Italian receptionist lady.
Yes, yeah.
With her wild freaking hair.
How was she? Was she like kosher, or was
She was like, hello,
was
my
she-
dear, how are you? And I was like, good, thanks. I'd like to make an appointment for Friday to come take out my stitches. She's like, what time? I'm like, anything after 9. She goes, 9:30. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. She's like, okay, see you then.
Yeah, okay.
And I
That
was
was
like-
that was pretty efficient.
She is really efficient, but like,
At least she didn't like give off any like unhinged vibes, like weird behavior or anything
So-
like that.
so weird. Like,
Yeah.
speaking of unhinged behavior,
Yes.
I told you about a story.
Yeah, lovely.
So, listen, I don't
Fantastic.
think this man like purposefully went out of his way to be upset with me, but his behavior was like his attitude afterwards was giving me like opposites. Like, I didn't think, like, in his mind he was, like, really upset about it, but, like, his behavior was, like...
I feel like he may not have been upset about it, but his actions
Yeah.
really made it feel like he was talking to you guys.
This is, like, actions truly do speak louder than words.
Yeah, yeah.
So, we went to, like, this Portuguese women's league, like, function at J Something's new restaurant. And his mom cooked some meals, and he cooked some meals, and Mimi didn't cook some meals, and you know, it was all nice. Well, she didn't cook the meals, but she like had a say in the menu.
Okay,
right?
she like planned it and curated it and all of that. Okay.
Yeah.
How was the food, by the way?
Food was really, really nice. Like,
Okay.
I actually want to go eat there just as like, you
Just
know, like
normally not a function or anything.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, like he says that his food is just like an amalgamation of all cultures in South Africa.
Okay.
So it's not just Portuguese food, and it's not just South African food, and it's not just Italian or Spanish or whatever. It's like just a
It's
mix.
everything.
Yeah,
melting pot of
there we go.
cuisine.
100%. And so while we were there, they were serving starters, and one of the starters was bread. And I didn't know it at the time, but it was bread and dips. But at my table, they put the basket of bread and dips on one side of the table.
Rude.
And they, I was like, these people are talking, they're not even paying attention.
I mean,
like the
how
bread
can you
is
not
being
notice the bread just chilling there?
Exactly. And like, I was starving because I hadn't eaten that whole day.
Yeah.
I was super stressed. And so, I was starving. And so, like a waitress walked past me and she had a basket of bread in her hand. And I was like, sorry, can we please get some bread? She put the bread on the table. And then another waitress came past, and I'd seen like these 2 dishes on our table, but I thought they were like flavored butters.
Okay.
Because, you know, a lot of restaurants do flavored butters, you know?
And I feel like that goes very much with the vibe at the restaurant, all of that. Yeah.
Very much so. So I tapped the waitress on the shoulder, and I was like, sorry, can you please bring us some butter? Now, we also had a family friend next to me. She was also like, Alicia, ask for butter. Alicia, ask for butter. And so, like, I
Finally gave in and asked for the butter.
I put my big girl panties on. I was like, okay, I'll ask for butter. So I asked the waitress. And as I was asking the waitress, one of the manager dudes was there. And he was like, you want butter? And I was like,
yeah.
And I was like, well, no, I kind of want what you putting on the table. I'm not sure if it's butter. He's like, I'll bring you butter. And I was like, okay, cool.
Thanks.
Then the dips finally came to our side of the table. So then we got the dip. And then that's when I realized, oh, it's dips. We got hummus. And what I thought was red pepper hummus, but it actually wasn't. It was chakalaka dip. And that was really nice.
Oh, okay.
And I still want to try and get that recipe because chef's kiss. It was actually Jay's wife's recipe. She made it.
Oh, nice.
But it was absolutely delicious. So I was like, yep.
You need to make again.
Exactly. Then, like, we had, like, scoffed the bread down. We were, like, almost finished with the bread. And next minute, this guy comes and he goes, here's your butter. And he, like, kind of, like, okay, if you could throw it, he probably would have thrown it. But he was like, here's your butter. And he just, like, put it on the table. And I was like...
And you're, like, done with your bread.
Literally. And I was like, oh, you didn't have to bring the butter, but thank you. Because I was like, oh, it didn't actually mean for you to bring butter.
Yeah, you
like,
wanted the dips. You wanted what was in the bowls, like you told him.
Exactly. So then, they were calling people up to go serve up because it was like a harvest table, so people could go and get their stuff. I think harvest table is just a pretty name for buffet.
Yeah, self-service.
Yeah.
I was about to say, okay, that's what they're calling it these days.
Exactly. So, because Mimi was like, it's a harvest table, and then it's like a buffet. And like, oh, I mean,
you know,
just looks
pretty
potato. Yeah, it just looks pretty. And so, so she's like, okay, so this manager dude will call the tables up.
Okay.
Now, he, like, called the other tables, and the table next to us had gone, but then, like, we hadn't gone yet. And then there were only, like, 2 more tables behind us that were going to go, and that one table had already gone, like, it was starting to go, and we still hadn't been called. And I was just like, oh my gosh, do you think he's so angry with our table that he refuses to call us up?
Yeah.
Eventually.
He literally, like, saw you not use the button. He's like, screw those bitches.
Exactly.
I'm going to make them eat last from this harvest table.
And this man was so upset that I asked for butter.
Yeah.
Like, one would swear I asked for, like, tomato sauce.
Or something.
Yeah.
Mustard.
it's like, one would swear I was ruining his meal.
Yeah, yeah.
But did he make the bread? No.
No.
Did he make the butter?
No.
Did he make the... No. So I don't know what his damage was.
He just wasn't listed to go look for butter.
No, he probably wasn't. He was like, fucking butter.
We don't have any butter. Go in the back room.
Oh,
Search for it.
can't find
The bitch
it.
didn't even eat it now.
Bruh.
Oh.
So angry at me. So eventually, one of the ladies at my table, she was just like, bruh, I'm going. Like, and then everybody went. And then I tried to... So at this point, I was like... The people at the table that we did know, family friends, and they were like, oh yeah, Alicia, you like pissed off the guy, ha ha ha. So we're all like, it's like a running joke, and everybody's just like teasing me. And then like the other people at the table didn't really know me, but they like kind of wanted to know like what was going on.
Yeah.
And then I had to explain.
Oh no.
But they don't I don't think they catch like, they're not catching the drift.
Yeah.
They're not catching the vibe.
Okay.
And so the man, I think he might have thought that I was being like serious, that this other man was upset with me. Because I explained and he goes, oh, yeah. And I was like, I'm just joking. I don't think that this man's actually cross with me. I'm just like making an assumption because that's just
based
how
on
it
his
feels.
behavior.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it just flew over that person's head. But unhinged behavior, Daniela.
Totally.
Yeah, but you read something the other day.
Yes, I did. So
you heard something.
I heard something. Yeah, I was like doing some spring cleaning at home over the weekend, and I just let like YouTube autoplay, which is either a hit or a miss.
Yeah,
so
100%.
you know, and this one like story came on, and basically, you know, long story short, this woman was planning a wedding, and I think it was her aunt or something that didn't want the grandmother to come to the wedding because, I don't know, I think she said like, oh no, the grandmother's too old, it's going to be like, bring down the vibe and all of that, which, I mean, if it's your wedding, you know, don't invite, you know, people over a certain age, but it's your niece's wedding, like why must you go and interfere now with
exactly,
with, like,
it's
all of
her
this?
choice, her decision.
Exactly. So instead of like either just dealing with it because it's not your wedding or going to the niece and say like, oh, listen, do you not maybe want to not invite your grandmother because of whatever reasons,
XYZ.
Instead of like going the sane like route, this woman decides to like hire a hitman to take out the grandmother.
Because of one day.
Because she can't just like either suck it up or try and like, you know, talk to people to either not get her invited or just deal with it.
Oh no.
Like
that's so unhinged.
It's so unhinged.
There are people out there who are like, I'm gonna assassinate someone because they can't make it to the wedding.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Or maybe she was just like, you know, actually a millennial and didn't want to call. I mean, in that case, it's valid. Not joking.
I mean, hello.
Yeah, so I think, I don't know, like, what exactly happened. I can't really remember. But the grandmother didn't die.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, everything's fine. Somehow, the whole family found out about this woman. And there's a warrant for her arrest out. But she's still, like, not arrested. And the wedding was still, like, going on.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah.
So the woman who wanted to uninvite the granny landed up being the one uninvited, and now she's running from the law.
Yeah.
And granny probably went to the wedding.
Probably.
I think the winner of the story is the gran.
Oh yeah. She's like, you can't kill me, bitch.
I own this thing.
Literally.
Granny was probably like really sharp, and she like kind of figured out what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, because I mean, for her to kill the grandmother, it would mean that she was trying to kill her own mother.
Yeah.
If it was her mother, if it was her mother-in-law.
Actually.
I mean, if it was her mother-in-law, I could slightly understand.
But
it's not really her mother-in-law. How could it be her mother-in-law? No.
I have no clue. Maybe I got the like relationships
mixed up. No, it's okay. But
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Either way, like, who in their right mind would hire a hitman
to take out an old person,
let alone like someone that's a member of your family for the sole reason of, you not wanting them to attend a wedding. Like, you could send the granny like another invite that's like a week later and be like, oh, sorry, we misprinted, you missed the wedding.
Exactly.
Oh no, like if you really want to be petty like that.
Yes. Or you could just like be like, granny, like it's not going to be a great vibe for you, so what we'll do is we'll live stream it and we'll like have it shown for you.
Exactly.
Something like that, you know?
Or just suck it up because it's not your wedding.
Yeah.
Like, don't get involved.
You don't get
You
to
had
make
your
the
day,
choices. Exactly.
Yeah.
No.
So that was quite a fright while I was cleaning.
I feel like you were like,
made me drop
what?
the handy Andy, like, oh, no, I'm joking.
Gosh. Oh, but I just think, so that's unhinged behavior, right?
Yes.
But I just was wondering the other day, I don't know what I was, I think I was watching the Portuguese telenovela with my mom.
Oh yeah,
that thing is juicy.
Those things are wild.
It really is, truly. And I was just seeing, so the one that I'm watching with my mom, the one guy, excuse me, the one guy in the one telenovela, he is incredibly toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is one of the main love interests of one of the main female love interests. And he's like the jealous boyfriend, possessive, like
nice,
overbearing brother.
The whole trifecta, like
really, like a
really hit the jackpot there.
100%. And I was just thinking, I was like, this is a lot. Like, for him to be like this,
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, I was like, these telenovelas are like based off of people or inspired, because that's how you like write these things.
Yeah. It's just like a over dramatized version of I
life.
Suppose. Yeah.
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 And I was just thinking, like, yet it's accepted, and no one in the telenovelas like, this is toxic, unhinged behavior.
Yeah.
Or like when the crazy mother is like, oh, my daughter, I love you, and then she like does something to like screw with the daughter, and then like no one like calls the woman out and says, oh, you're being toxic or whatever. It's just like, stop what you're doing, how can you do that, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I just think, okay, if this is a reflection of like what life is like, are people like truly toxic in life? Or do we just get, or have we just now become accustomed to just pointing out people's flaws and calling it toxic, instead of just accepting it as like human flaws and human error?
I get what you're saying, but I feel like fair enough, everyone has their flaws.
Yes.
Like nobody's perfect, whatever. But I think when your flaws start to interfere with other people, and like kind of impact them negatively, then I feel like it's fair to categorize that as toxic behavior.
Okay.
I feel like, yeah.
I hear you, because like I wrote here in my notes, if I can just read it. I said, is toxic behavior really toxic, or has humans' poor way of communicating just come to the forefront of life?
I mean, it has.
Yeah.
It has, but
like we're just all of a sudden just like, that's toxic. That's toxic. That's toxic. Like everything the person does is toxic.
Yeah.
And you just think, is this like?
Yeah. Look. Like not everything they do is toxic. Like I feel like a lot of the time that's kind of just like the default,
thing to say.
Box to categorize everything in.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is wrong, because just because something offends you doesn't mean it's toxic.
Exactly.
But I feel like there are genuine cases. Where
oh
it's
yeah,
like
100%.
Yeah.
And I just think I was just like, why? And I also think like how archaic of these telenovelas to have these characters be the way that they are, and like just create like a whole telenovela about it. And I'm just thinking like that, like these characters don't necessarily, I feel like they don't have an arc. I feel like they keep doing the same thing.
It's very flat, like character development, if any.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that a lot. I love it when there's a solid like character development thing. And I think a good film that does that is that one that you watched recently.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Yes.
I love that film.
I loved it.
Can I just say, I watched that film on the airplane last year going to Portugal, and I laughed so hard I almost peed myself.
Serious?
And I had to contain my laughter because I was laughing so much. It was such a good film.
I was, because my boyfriend went down to the beach for like a little long weekend
Mecation.
holiday. Mecation. So I was watching it alone Friday evening.
Oh.
In our flat, and I was also like cozying myself. I was laughing so
good. But you spotted something that like...
Yes, like I think I laughed a lot. So there's a scene where Pedro Pascal and Nick Cage are swapping shoes.
Yes.
And now they first like swap one shoe each, and now the camera like pans to Pedro Pascal's feet, and on his right foot he has Nick Cage's shoe, and his left foot his own shoe.
Yes.
Then they're like, okay, we'll swap the other shoes as well.
Yeah.
But then Nick Cage hands him his right shoe again. I was like, what's going on here?
Oh no.
Did I see that right? Maybe I was wrong.
Wrong.
But like, I legit think that he handed him his right shoe again. So I was like,
oh no.
okay, continuity error, but the best possible.
Yeah. Because I feel like in a way that kind of suits that scene.
Yes, like it's very appropriate.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
that shoe swapping scene it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that is like, I've seen it in a lot of films. I've seen it in a lot of the telenovela as well.
Yeah.
You notice it a lot. Like, if you're not looking for it, you won't notice it. And that's how most of the time films get away with it. But when you're a film person, you're busy like paying attention to everything.
Yeah.
And then you're like...
I was about to say, like, I feel, there was a very rare spot.
Yeah.
But for you, the trained eye,
So
you must see it like very often.
so many times. And then when I pointed out, my parents were like, stop that. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Please point it out when we watch a movie.
I will do my best
Please.
to do that. Like, some movies are like really good, like you don't even notice the continuity. But others you're just like,
Like,
oh, I saw that.
hold up.
If you're looking for it, you'll see it. And
Okay.
quite often, more often than not, you'll be like, oh.
We need to have like a bingo night, like with continuity errors.
Oh, yes. I'll be like,
Kind of see like how many can you spot in this movie.
100%. Normally it's like the clocks that aren't set properly.
Mm-hmm.
The way that something is on a collar. Like, if your characters are hugging or like they're having a conversation, you take it from a different angle. Like the way that they're standing may not be right.
Shut
Their
up.
hair, like sometimes a character will tuck in their hair
Uh-huh.
from like one perspective, but then you look at the other perspective and,
it's
the
like
hair is like hanging.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like lots of like little things like that.
Yeah.
And normally there's a person on set that's supposed to like mark it and say, okay, at this point you use your left hand, at this point you...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to do that, like if we did editing assist on our third year films, you would assist the editor and you would like make notes. You'd be like, okay, you guys, especially if you had to take like multiple scenes and you had to redo the scene, you had to remind the actor like, okay, you picked it up with your left hand or with your right hand.
Yeah.
You drank halfway. You put it down in that spot, all of that stuff. Because like obviously you're not using the same takes, but you're cutting one part from one take and you're cutting part from another take, and you got to mush them together. You got to make sure that
it makes
they
sense.
go.
Yeah.
That they sort of puzzle piece together.
Yeah.
So
That's intense. Like,
it's very much
no
intense.
pressure.
None whatsoever. It's just, a day in the life, you know.
Of an actor.
Yeah. Not to say that I don't believe in depression and anxiety, because I do. They're very much real things. This is a weird segue going from film to anxiety. But I feel like every film person will be like, yeah, we have lots of anxiety.
Yeah.
We eat, breathe, and live anxiety.
I mean, same.
Yeah.
I identify with the film peoples.
100%. We welcome you to the anxiety fold.
Thanks.
But I was just wondering, I was like, is anxiety... It was another like thought that popped into my head. Like, these things pop in sometimes. And I was just thinking, I was like, because nowadays, like, you have a name for everything.
Yeah.
You have, like, for someone who picks their skin on their fingers, it's called dermatillomania.
Oh, hectic.
Yeah. And I know this because I watch a YouTuber who has that, and she, like, picks the skin of her fingers and off her feet. Yeah.
It's
intense.
I get, like, fingers, but, like, your feet.
So, like, when she's, like, stressed or whatever, she'll pick it, and then it will, like... It goes like raw. It's intense. She's always got like plasters on her fingers. So that's like apparently like a form of OCD. Where you become obsessive about something.
Yeah.
So, but like so stuff like that, like OCD, dermatillomania, anxiety, depression. It's just like, are these just not symptoms of, because then like you'll hear like an older generational person say, oh, you have anxiety, oh, you have depression.
Yeah,
Oh,
like, oh, that's made up stuff.
exactly.
You know, that's an excuse.
Exactly. And I just think like people do suffer from it, people do have it, but yet also I watched a lady on TikTok, like I think she was a psychologist or something, and she says like people are watching social media, and while there are psychologists and people who are trying to like give like mental health advice online, people are also self-diagnosing.
Oh yeah.
So someone will go on TikTok and they'll watch something about ADHD, and all of a sudden they're like, oh no, I have ADHD.
Yeah. And then they stick with that. Like,
Yeah.
no one can convince me otherwise.
Exactly. Like
I have all the symptoms according to this video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it got me thinking. I was like, do we really have these things? Or is it just par for the course of the way that our society is? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like we're getting to a point where, okay, if we're going to name everything,
yeah,
I think it would be a lot. I think if we just accepted that, okay, this is how this part of humanity is coping and surviving. And I know we're trying to normalize and destigmatize like mental health issues and all of that stuff, because for years it was just
swept under the rug.
exactly, or frowned upon, or no, you.
And now look at us.
Now look at us. Now we have literally like a shopping list of like disorders.
Starbucks order of.
Exactly, and it just.
Yeah.
And this is not to offend anybody or anything like that.
No.
I just think, like, because sometimes you'll go to a therapist and a therapist will diagnose you with all these things, right?
Yeah.
But other times, like, you have therapists who won't diagnose you, and they will insist that it's not, like, you shouldn't blame it on this or that or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, don't blame your... I thought this was in silence.
Let me check my... Okay.
Sorry. Like... Don't blame you having an emotional day on your period. Like, yes, your hormones are out of whack.
Yeah, no, I get...
But don't, like, use that as an excuse as to why you're emotional. Look at what is making you emotional instead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, fair enough.
So, that was just, like, something that I was curious about and got me thinking.
Look, I agree with you. I think we had a sweet spot where we were like, okay, anxiety is this. OCD is this. If you do this, you know, it's typically a sign of XYZ, whatever.
Yeah.
But I do think you're right in the sense that we're moving to a stage in our lives where everything has to have some sort of category.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has to be seen. Everybody's symptom has to have some sort of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Thing.
Like a label.
And it's not healthy.
Yeah.
I don't think. And it's not possible.
Exactly. And I understand that people want to be like seen and validated and all of that stuff. That's fine. Like, that's understandable.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But I also feel like then they're using that as a defining point of who they are.
Yeah, and I feel like the more you try to put everybody's like symptoms and all of that into a box, you kind of distance everybody from each other.
Exactly. It's very much like
you're isolating them.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you can't do this, or you can't function as a normal human being because you have this, and this.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, I can't do that because I have crippling social anxiety. No, we're a whole generation that's been growing up on social media. We are more exposed to bullying nowadays, negative comments. People are keyboard cowboys, and they will say things that will hurt you.
Yeah.
And so you're looking at those things and you're seeing social media and you're seeing like all these perfect bodies, for instance, and then you're saying, well, I'm not perfect, I don't deserve to be out there or whatever. And I think there's just so many things that cause that. And so yeah, it is very isolating to like say, oh, I have this and that, because then people are going to look at you and they're like, yes, what don't you have?
What don't you have? Yeah, and, no, for sure.
Yeah, and I don't think it's good to define yourself with all these things. You shouldn't say, hi, I'm so and so, and I have this, and that, and you're like, but that's not who you are, because you're so much more than that.
Yeah,
you're so much more than what like negative or struggles you have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it doesn't define you. Yeah, no, for sure.
And I think that's the only reason why people want labels.
Yeah,
to define themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't think you need labels to define yourself.
No.
I think you just, you know what?
You good enough on your own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you're Alicia, you're 26 years old, you're a human being that likes to eat cake, and you're tired all the time.
Yeah. Bobs.
So that was just like
Yeah.
one of the thingies that was in my head. But today,
Yes.
we're recording the podcast early because we decided to have a friendcation this week.
Yes. Yeah. We've literally seen each other every day since Saturday.
Yes.
And I know that's like only 3 days in a row, but yeah,
That generally doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen. Like,
Yeah.
maybe over the weekend some days, but
Yeah.
but still, like
100%.
we've been visiting hard.
Exactly. Like, in this instance, you've been kind enough to always come to my place.
Oh,
Like, I
Sure.
appreciate it. But today I was just like, shame. Tomorrow's a public holiday.
Mm.
You suggested we record the podcast today so that we can just do what we need to do
And
tomorrow.
we can sleep late tomorrow.
Exactly.
Nice.
And then I was like, well, you know what? Like, normally every time we record a podcast, you normally go home late.
Yeah,
And today, like, dodgy stuff was happening in SA. So I was just like, you know what?
just sleep over.
Just sleep over. Tomorrow's a public holiday. You can leave in the morning after breakfast or whatever you choose. Because
I got you, girl.
yeah.
I know you.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
I'm not good at staying in the morning. I literally want to leave immediately. Please don't take it. Like, people are like, what? And I'm like,
I respect that. Like, you need to go home and like spend 10, 15, 20 minutes.
in
Okay,
your
that's
own
a bit
space.
long.
Yeah.
But like in your shower, just like with your own thoughts.
Exactly.
You know,
Like,
yeah.
just be like, oh, I want to go home. So,
Not that you didn't enjoy your time.
oh,
or
yeah,
anything,
no. Like,
but
that's
it's just
not
like
the case.
it's just like, okay, I need my bubble.
Exactly. Like, I need to shower or I need to bath. I need my comforts.
Yes.
As
Yeah.
comfortable as what the host has been.
Yes.
There we
Exactly. Yeah.
So and so to that we're doing face masks after this podcast. Woo-hoo! And we're just gonna watch some movies, sleep in the lounge, and just
Yeah.
act like kids like we used to do. I can't
Literally.
remember the last time we had a sleepover.
I don't know actually. I think it was pre-COVID. Well, yeah, it was
Yeah.
pre-COVID. I just don't know how many years pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. I'm sure like one of your birthdays or one of your graduation parties or something.
Must be
One of those.
one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Something
Let's
like
say that. Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's
been a
been
minute.
a second. Yeah.
Actually, no, not even. I was gonna say New Year's, but it was just because you guys
We
stayed
went
until
home
like
at
4
5
o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
and then you came back. It was like 12 o'clock
Yeah.
in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it felt like you slept over.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing a friendcation.
Yes, and you borrowed like a blow up mattress from me for a little like
Camp
sort
thing,
of
yeah.
situation you had a few weeks ago, and it really was like a few weeks ago. I haven't taken it out of my boot.
It's still there.
It's still there with the pump and everything. So, you know what? When in Rome,
Pull out the blow up mattress.
Exactly.
So we've got another mattress. So I'm thinking like we're both really tired. We may or may not pull it out.
okay.
It may it's there, and we were both like, yes. But the more the night continues, I'm like, Daniela, I might just crash on the couch. I may just be like, out.
I didn't sleep well last night at all, so I'll probably join you.
There we go.
And I didn't sleep well the night before because my cat also had like some serious unhinged behavior.
Your cat.
At like 2 a.m, shame. She's a precious baby angel child.
Yeah.
But like, there's some other cats in this complex that we live in
Yeah.
that she doesn't gel well with.
Not a
And,
vibe.
you know, we'll get into that in another
In another-
episode, but
yeah.
they're not chummies.
Yeah.
And now sometimes when they get a bit heated, she'll just like bail, run in through a cat door, and like it'll make quite a loud like
Yeah.
as the door like swings.
Swings.
This was like 2:30 in the morning. I don't think she saw the security bar, and she ran head first into the security bar, made such a loud noise. Then I think she like got a fright even more so now. Then she like bolted through the
cat door.
the cat flap like even faster. It sounded like someone was breaking in. I got up, I ran to like the kitchen to see like
What's going
who
on?
dat? And it was just her. She was just like
Oh, my
sitting there
soul.
traumatized because of everything.
Just like half concussed.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
my
why cats like just pop off at 2 a.m. Just
Dude.
go crazy.
They're like, boop.
Yeah.
Nah, because they don't sleep either.
Sure, she sleeps.
Really?
During the day.
Oh, okay.
Like,
No,
I left this morning to go work at my parents at like 7:15. She was sleeping on her little bed. When I got back, she was still in the same spot.
Hectic.
She chills hard during the day, but then like come 6:30 roundabout then.
Yeah.
She jolls.
Oh, okay.
She goes out and
real
jowl.
party animal.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Literally.
Haha. But something that we made this weekend on our friendcation. So I made a flourless chocolate cake.
Oh.
Well,
amazing.
not I made, Daniela and I made, because Daniela whipped up that meringue
Yeah.
and melted the chocolate.
Ew.
Yeah. So we ended up making a flourless chocolate cake, and that was the most decadently divine thing ever.
It was like nice and crunchy on the outside.
Yeah.
But it was so gooey
On the inside.
and it was just all the right things.
100%.
In a dessert.
There we go. And then we put like some vanilla ice cream on there, and it was just like so delicious.
Yes.
But something that I've been wanting to make is black bean brownies. Now the reason why I bring this up is because your boyfriend like absolutely, like, I've made them before
Yeah.
and they weren't bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think he tried them.
We weren't like here
Yeah,
for
you
the
weren't
batch.
here
Yeah,
for
we
that
just
batch.
heard about it.
There we go.
Yeah.
And when I mentioned it to you, he was like, nope, never trying them, never trying them. And I, to this day, still want to make a batch of black bean brownies and serve them to him without him like realizing. And I just want to, but the thing is, like, there's a whole plan in my head, and I don't want to like say it on ya in case he listens to the podcast.
Okay.
But I have a plan, and I'm praying to God that this plan works. But it means that I have to make this
Bean brownie
like
concoction.
to perfection.
To be like the videos that you showed me before, like
Yeah.
they look like normal brownies.
Yeah.
I tried to make like banana brownies the one day.
Yeah.
Me and my boyfriend. It was nasty. It was the most disgusting thing
Ever,
I've ever
yeah.
Everything smelled of banana.
Banana, yeah.
And it like no.
Yeah, no. Bananas are a very acquired taste in certain things, and like in a brownie, I don't think it's.
It didn't work.
Yeah. No.
If you want to make banana brownies, don't waste your time.
Don't do it.
Just go straight to the beans.
You heard it, yeah, folks.
Yeah.
Boom.
Beans.
I
We're both like. It feels like it's already been a week.
Right?
Why was today so bad?
Today was so unhinged. Can I tell you?
Ew.
And also today I made 400 hot dogs. I don't mind doing the community work, like the charity, like cool stuff, but I was on tomato sauce duty, and I had to squeeze that bottle. And then the one bottle, I don't know what was wrong with it. The lid kept coming undone.
Oh no!
And so then every time I
just
squeezed tomato sauce, it just ooze out the side.
Oh,
And I was like,
that is so unsatisfying.
right? And there was like no serviettes. So, and then the bathroom was like so far away. And I was just like, do I ask this lady for serviettes? Or do I just wipe the tomato sauce on the table?
What did she do?
Tablecloth.
Tablecloth, like solid.
I said, sorry ma'am, but your tablecloth is not tomato sauce. She's like,
not-
oh, it's fine. And I'm like, I really just wish you would be like, oh, let me get you some serviettes.
Yeah.
I really
Like
was
that's
just like,
really what I wanted you to do, ma'am.
Yeah.
Not just so fine.
yeah. Not okay.
Ugh.
Maybe I should get like Toto Christian to come and like fight on my behalf.
Oh, you're actually.
Or like Max Verstappen to just like speak his mind.
Yes, yeah, Toto. I've sent an email requesting napkins.
Napkins, yes, please.
Have you read it yet?
Please get my good friend Alicia some napkins. Because your Formula 1 race yesterday.
Ew. It was, I will say it was much, like it was not, I don't want to say boring, but it was very tame compared to the previous race. Like not much action.
Yeah.
But it was still like a circus.
We also don't have Latifi crashing anymore.
Yeah, no, we don't.
So, like, no offense to Latifi, but he's not around to crash.
Yeah.
And now...
So, yeah, and that, arguably that caused a lot of drama a couple of years, 2 years ago.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And now, like, we have a new Williams.
Yes.
McLaren. People use that like that pirate movie where it's like, I'm the captain now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm the Williams now.
I'm now Williams now, and they're not wrong.
No.
I don't know what's going on with McLaren.
It is hectic. It is hectic. I'm sure Daniel is...
He's sitting, like, by the Red Bull pit wall, and it's like, I'm enjoying my money for not working from you guys and watching, like, literally everything burn.
It's literally, like, the most expensive year for McLaren because they've had to pay out Daniel from his contract. They have to pay Lando. They have to pay Oscar Piastri as well.
Yeah. Do you think that's why they're struggling? They don't have, like, funds
to do what they need to do.
Yeah, or, like, the little nitty-gritties that are actually making a big difference.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, if they don't have funds, they probably just had to slap a new paint of coat on that old car from last year, and it's just gone from bad to worse.
Yeah.
They were like, we'll just use the old car and put a new wrap on it.
Yes.
And call it a day.
No one will know.
No one's going to know.
It'll be fine.
And then, meantime, that car is just not it.
It's not vibing. Yeah.
McLaren is struggling, but Williams is doing well and Haas is doing well.
I'm so happy. Shame Haas.
Right? They scored their first points yesterday.
Oh.
I think it was Hulkenberg.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't think it was K-Mag, but the Hulk.
The Hulk.
He scored some points.
So happy for them.
I know, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Ferrari.
Look, at least both of them finished.
Yeah.
And finished in the points, but
their strategy. The guy, Xavi, as we now know, Xavi, tells Leclerc to push because Hamilton's coming or push for some other reason, and Hamilton's just
safety
passed.
Car gap or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Hamilton is overtaken in the overcut or undercut or whatever.
Yeah.
And Leclerc's like, dude,
you should have told me that already.
Hello? Like, did you not see it? Like, it went, it happened.
I feel bad for them.
What, for who? For Ferrari or for Leclerc?
Well, for Leclerc, Def.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But also, like, Ferrari as a whole, because they're getting such a bad image now.
Dude.
Well, maybe not a bad image, but just, like, they're being dubbed as clowns.
Yes. But the thing is, like, and the thing is, we really just want them to succeed. But then also the commentators were like, yeah, it's going to take at least a year for Fred to be able to make any difference in Ferrari. And I'm like, they don't have another year.
No, they don't.
They need to make a difference now.
And then the thing is, like, they're gonna, like, everyone's gonna be pissed off with Fred now. It's like, oh, you know, Ferrari's no better with Fred or Bernardo.
But I feel like Fred is like
unfair.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, 100% it is. But I also feel like Fred is like, he doesn't care. Fred don't care.
Really?
I don't know, I see him in his interviews and everybody's like, yo, Ferrari, like, whoa, and he's like, and then?
I don't know if that's just like the old man European French like attitude coming through.
I feel like it could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
It could
because
be.
He's sitting there, everybody's like, Ferrari's on fire, and Fred's like,
don't worry.
Get a glass of water.
Why are you complaining?
This is fine for me. I am comfortable. What are you complaining about? Literally.
Yeah. Maybe it's good to have someone like that so you don't panic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, don't panic.
Don't panic.
But a team that is panicking is Mercedes-Benz. They're panicking.
It's a wild. They're doing much better than they did last year this time. Yeah. So, but yeah. And they're changing. Apparently they're going towards like their new like concept or whatever is going towards Red Bull's like design or something, and they're like sticking with that.
So he's changing his fucking car.
Yes.
Okay.
He listened to Christian.
He really did.
He saw like how well Aston Martin's like old Red Bull design was working.
It was like, yo, the fact that they're copying the competition, Lawrence, what are you doing? The betrayal. And Lawrence is like, Toto, you gotta copy it.
It's business, man.
It's business. Like,
business.
Don't be upset. Don't take it too hard.
Yeah.
You know, we're still homies, yeah.
Homies, yeah.
But yeah, so Mercedes, and I say it again, they are bringing the negative vibes.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
They're the ones who are bringing their own negative vibes, and you just think, Mercedes, stop making yourselves negative Nancy's.
Yeah, like, I mean, you guys are saying that the car is so terrible and it's the worst race of, like, all time. And you, like, pull a 6 and a 7.
Dude,
like,
you're still
hello?
in top 10.
I feel like there's, like, a rain cloud hanging over all of them.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And I don't want to blame any one particular person, but I feel like the only one who's actually sort of positive is George.
Shame. If he's going to be positive after this weekend. First he had like 4th, then he was 3rd, then he was 4th again.
Yeah, like that FIA ruling. So it turns out, and how does the FIA not know their own rules?
So why? Oh, what was that thing you sent me saying like why he went back to 4th?
So what happened is in one of the rules, in one of the articles, blah
Yeah.
blah blah, the FIA has an obligation to notify you of a penalty.
Oh, right.
They have 25 laps to notify you.
That's what we were saying.
Yes.
That's what we were saying.
That's exactly, literally what Daniela was
Yeah.
saying. It was just like, how can you wait until the end of the race to implement something that happened so earlier on in the race?
Yeah.
And then,
It's
like...
not fair.
It's not. So, the FIA actually has, I think it's 25 laps or something
25
like that.
laps, yeah. Or 25 minutes or something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
Something like that to inform the driver and the team of a penalty.
Yeah.
If not, they can't implement it.
Yeah.
And they took 35 laps
Yeah.
or whatever to let Alonso know. So he'll end up getting his podium reinstated.
Yeah. What can I say?
Yes.
Alonso, what a guy.
Oh,
When he first found out that he was like going back down to 4th, he was like, hey, I held the trophy, I took the pictures, I'm happy. I know the car is fast.
yeah. I won
was like-
because of the car, not because...
Yeah. I was like, Alonso, I literally, goals.
Yeah.
I want to have that mindset.
I want to have Alonso confidence.
Yes.
I really, really do.
Same.
I
Like
want...
he's problematic,
Yeah.
but in the best way possible.
Yeah, like I feel like, is it really toxic behavior or is it just Alonso?
It's just Alonso.
Is it just confidence?
It's confidence.
Do we call it toxic behavior because we're jealous of that confidence?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
100%. I want that. I want that courage and confidence.
Yes.
I really, really do. So at least I wouldn't be sitting here all like stressed and nervous.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, and then so Aston Martin again, but then Stroll's brakes were on fire.
Yeah, hectic.
So
And
he
his
pulled over.
Racing engineer sounded super panicked.
Yes.
We were like, yours, a car gonna explode.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
And he was just so calmly in the car and I was like, Lance, did you not hear?
Yeah.
He
He said, stop, my bro.
Get out of the car. Don't just sit there
Yeah.
waiting for like further instructions. Get out.
Get out. And then Albon with his brakes like failing.
Oh yeah. Shame. But he handled that really well.
Yeah.
Imagine this just shows you how fast the Formula 1 car is. He had to do a whole lap in order to slow down the car before he was slow enough to go into the pit lane without speeding or without like putting anybody's lives in danger.
That's crazy.
A whole lap.
I wonder if his like brakes completely just gave in, or if it's just like every now and again it was like, meh,
Yeah.
or like at a certain speed or something like that.
100%.
Yeah.
Like it's just like he had to just like see where it was going.
What's-
I think they
yeah.
also said that they wanted to see if they could fix the brake issues remotely without him having to retire. So that's why he did another
Fair
lap.
enough, okay.
But whatever the plan or the purpose was, like he handled it really,
yeah,
really well.
Yeah, because that could have been problematic.
Yeah, he tried to move out the way. He didn't try to get in anybody's way, and he was trying to be really safe and respectful for the rest of the race. But yeah, so that was great.
Yeah.
AlphaTauri and Alpine.
Yeah, AlphaTauri is no AlphaTauri. Oh, I'm thinking of Alfa Romeo.
Oh,
Never
Alpha.
mind. I was gonna
shame.
say shame. Yeah,
Bottas.
that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Just shame.
I feel like Alfa Romeo is just the fun team, the party
Yeah.
team right now.
Like a cool aunt team.
Yeah, I mean, like they have gang money from
Zhao.
Zhao,
Yeah.
and then Bottas is just there with his mullet era. And they're just like, yeah,
They're
we're
just
having
vibing.
fun. They're
Yeah.
vibing. They're gonna get a new team company brand later with Audi. So they're just like having fun. They're racing for fun. They're not
yeah, for fancies.
for funsies. I mean, you imagine for funsies.
Yeah. Very expensive sport to
Very.
be for fancies.
Very expensive hobby.
Yeah.
But Alpine and AlphaTauri, nothing really major to report there.
No.
They did okay. At least Esteban didn't get like 25-second penalties.
Yeah.
Or however many penalties he got.
Yeah.
Red
Bull, your shame.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Save the
that-
best for last.
sad moments when Perez found out that he didn't get fastest lap. They caught it on camera.
Oh my gosh. That was so
It was
hectic.
like, I felt bad for him, but at the same
Same
time,
time.
like, I would have also tried to go for it.
Yeah.
It's the second race in the season. Like, the championship is up for grabs for literally anyone.
Exactly. Like, anybody
You might
can
as
take
well.
it. And also, the thing is, I truly think that Red Bull is scared of Max. because
I think Rios was like in the garage. I feel like he brings so much unnecessary pressure
and negativity.
Yeah.
And people were complaining because he didn't congratulate Checo.
I saw that he was. Yeah.
He just ignored Checo, and a lot of people were like, "Yes, you're so rude." Like when your son won his first championship, Anthony Hamilton went and congratulated Max, and he was really respectful.
Yeah.
Yes, can't even congratulate Checo on his win.
Yeah.
A race win. Max isn't even winning yet. Let's not be fooled. Let's not. You know, like we only second race. Like calm you down.
And Max did like really well.
Hello, considering
15th.
Yeah.
To second.
Exactly. Like that's still an achievement. But Yas has, and I said this to you yesterday, and this is why like I can sort of understand Max. I'm not defending his negative behavior because in the press conference he was like, "Oh, we didn't win. I'm not sure who would come second." It's like, okay, dude, but also get used to like coming second. Like you know. But I think that he's had to spend his whole life with such a hard person as a dad.
Yeah.
Who literally punished him every time he lost something or came second.
Yeah.
That he has a negative association with coming second.
Second, yeah. Or
So,
not being the best.
Exactly.
Least, yeah.
And so, like, for him, winning is the same as breathing.
Yeah, shame.
If you're not winning, you're not breathing. Yeah,
you're doing something wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Look, to be fair, like, okay, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, how he acts, like, in his own personal capacity, but like how he presents himself to the press and all of that. I feel like, years ago he was quite like a hothead, but he was a teenager.
Exactly.
So like, I feel like, you know, we can't really say too much about that.
Exactly.
But I feel like he does have he does show a lot of maturity. All things considered.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I feel like, just in general, all of these drivers can be like super dramatic.
They really can be. Like we heard Yuki on the radio when he got overtaken.
No!
We were like, what?
What?
Like,
sir, hello?
Are you okay? Yuki, please.
Yeah.
Don't scream in the microphone. But overall, Saudi Arabia, I thought it was going to be a more entertaining race. It wasn't really.
No, yeah, like other than just the spiciness at the end with like, you know, third and fourth and third.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That was that.
Yeah.
But now next race is Australia.
Woo!
It's going to be 7 a.m.
Let's woo.
Quali's at 7. Free practices are like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm missing
and
that.
And it's 7. Yeah, no.
I'm missing that.
I feel like Australia is the only like free practices that are...
Did you clock out for?
Yeah. I think I still managed to catch Singapore.
There was one that you got up at like 5 in the morning for to watch. I remember last year sometime, and we rocked up here for the quali.
Yes. I think it might have been either Singapore or Suzuka.
I also think so. And your dad was
Yeah.
like, yeah, she was sleeping at 5 in the morning on the couch.
Yeah, I literally was. I woke up, I watched free practice, I went back to sleep. I was like, bye.
Bye. Peace.
And then you guys arrived and I was like, sup guys.
Sup. I just woke up.
I did. Quite literally. And you can attest that I'm not a morning person.
Yes, yeah.
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 And I mean this with all the kindness in my heart. I'm such a treasure. But otherwise, I think that's everything.
Yeah.
I think this is like the soonest we've ever discussed Formula One.
I also feel like it's...
Like the race.
Yeah.
I mean, it's earlier than Tuesday. But it's also fresh in our minds.
But yeah, everything is like still so vivid.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The only thing that I would say as well is that the poor rookies have had like a really rough start to the season.
Yeah, shame. Like
Nick, Piastri and Sargent, they're all having... And I told you, I saw a headline yesterday where James Voles, the principal of Williams, said that he didn't see what Williams saw in Logan Sargent. And I was like, that's rough.
That's mean.
That is really mean.
It's the second race, Chommy.
Bro,
I've been saying, wait till the 5th race.
Daniela has been saying this.
Wait till the 5th race.
We're waiting. I think the 5th race is Imola. Yeah.
There we go. Things will stabilize.
Exactly.
And then we can like pass all our judgments and everything.
Exactly. And also I haven't seen them pay a lot of attention to the rookies. I think they speak to Nick quite often because Nick used to be around the paddock and he used to like give interviews on F1 TV and all of that stuff. But they haven't really, in the last 2 races, they have not interviewed Logan. I haven't seen a single interview with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And this is barring like the Thursday press conference.
Okay.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen them interview Piastri. And I haven't seen them interview Nick as often. Yeah. So I just like I want to hear from the rookies. I want to hear how they like their first experiences are.
Shame, maybe they don't want to talk about it because it hasn't been going well.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like by choice.
They're probably like,
shame, in which case, like, you know, fair enough.
Fair enough, yeah.
Respect.
we understand you don't want to be targets.
Yeah. You don't want to talk about your bad day at work. I get that.
We get that. 100%.
Yeah. Super excited to like continue our friendcation.
Yes.
With
we are going
and face masks and
I'm so excited.
Snackies.
I'm gonna go shower after this so I can be in nice pajamas and we can hang out. And we can just set everything up so that we look nice and comfy.
Yes.
And then we'll just chill the rest of the evening.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate the chat today.
I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too. Okay. Let's go carry on this lady somewhere else.
Yeah. Let's go be all emotional.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.